கோமதிநாயகம் இருக்கிறாரா?
Yes, sir. கோமதிநாயகம் sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, இன்னைக்கு ஆபீஸ் வந்துட்டீங்க?
இல்ல சார், இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு பிரின்சிபல்ஸ் ஒரு காலேஜ்ல இருந்து பிரின்சிபல்ஸ் செக்ரட்டரி வரேன்னாங்க.
ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே.
அதனால இன்னைக்கு வந்திருக்கிறேன். நான் this is the first time after a very long time I am sitting in my chair. ஆக்சுவலா ஒரு சின்ன டிஸ்கஷனுக்கு வராங்க.
ஓகே ஃபைன்.
செக்ரட்டரி சாரும் வராங்க இப்போ.
ஓகே 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 ஓகே.
நேத்து கலெக்டர் சார் இது பாத்தீங்களா? நல்லா இருந்துச்சு.
ஆமா சார், ஆமா சார், ஆமா சார், ஆமா நல்லா இருந்துச்சு சார்.
கலெக்டர் was very happy. Collector also conveyed his felicitation to the students. Instead of his busy schedule, collector came and addressed because he was having an important video conferencing.
Okay.
At that time, so sir came, collector sir came, and
it's a great achievement by the students, sir, because இன்னைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய innovations and technologyல நம்ம பையங்க எவ்வளவு தூரத்துக்கு வந்திருக்காங்கிறது we also proud. அந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கும் அது உண்மையிலே they have done a great thing. அவ்வளவுதான் சார். So one second sir, கோமதி நாயம் is on the call.
Okay
sir.
மேம் வந்துட்டாங்களா? ராதிகா மேம்
வந்துட்டாங்க, லைன்ல இருக்காங்க
மேம். லைன்
சார் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் டைம் கொடுக்கணும் சார். பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் வரல.
என்ன மேடம்?
பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் இன்னும் வரணும்ல?
ஓகே. என்ன is it audible? My voice is it audible?
Yes.
Your voice is very feeble. Hello
sir, your audible, your voice is clear and your video is also clear.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello sir.
Now only your voice is very clear, madam.
Okay.
Hello
sir.
up to slot நமக்கு 20th வரைக்கும் இருக்காமே.
எதுக்கு சார்?
நம்ம இந்த வியூவர்ஸ் ஸ்லாட்.
அப்படியே சார். ஆமா.
அதுக்கு அப்புறம் இப்போ புதுசா வரவங்களுக்கு ஆஃப்டர் 20th கொடுங்கன்னு சொல்லி இருக்கறேன்.
ஆமா சார், ஆமா. சரி, இப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லா காலேஜஸ்லயும் இந்த now webinar becomes a boom, sir. So everywhere they are conducting this webinar.
Yeah, it's one among the technology everybody is using. Even schools also they are using.
They started.
They're teaching their lessons through the online mode. They are taking classes also.
Sir, shall we move on, sir?
11 to 91. 91 participants. YouTube, there are 20 participants on the YouTube.
Okay.
Shall you start, sir?
Okay, please.
Radhika ma'am.
Who is going to give the
Radhika ma'am
introduction? Radhika spotlight.
Yes, sir. We are searching for the Radhika ma'am video.
Sir, ma'am is inside.
Ma'am is there?
Yes.
No. Yes, she's there. Yes. She's inside, sir. Jen? Okay.
Hi.
Spotlight to Radhika ma'am.
Sir, ma'am co-host mathirunga. Sorry, ma'am.
Yes, I already done it. Okay, பண்ணிடுறேன்.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Will I start or will wait, sir?
I think the numbers increasing by reach to
Around
100.
It's 100 now.
We will start, ma'am.
We'll start, ma'am.
Okay, we'll start.
So good morning, everybody. V.O.ChidambaramCollege welcomes you all to this webinar on nurturing the graduates on industry readiness. So I think it's a great pleasure that we are conducting such type of webinars, which is going to help the students in this COVID-19. So for the past 2 months, we have been conducting a lot of webinars as well as other social awareness programs from V.O.ChidambaramCollege. And one such program now today is for the students community to tackle the situation which is arising due to COVID as well as for their future. So I thank the ICT Academy for joining hands with us and hosting and making V.O.ChidambaramCollege a host for this program. I thank them for choosing our college as a platform. I welcome all the participants who have come to join us in this program. And we have two great speakers. Mr. Durai Babu is a senior manager of Cone Elevators India, and we have another speaker, that is Mr. Reese Emmanuel. He is senior manager HR Maxter Digital Private Limited. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Durai Babu, sir. Welcome, Reese, sir. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I also welcome our beloved principal, who's there always to support us in each of the programs we have been conducting. And I once again welcome all the participants. I hope the students will benefit from the talk they are going to hear the next few minutes. And now I can request our principal, Dr. C. Veerabahu, to give his inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Greetings from VOC. So I'm very happy to see all of you today's morning. On behalf of our V.O.ChidambaramCollege, I welcome you all once again. As a principal of this great institution, I would like to share a gist of our V.O.ChidambaramCollege for your kind perusal. The college named after one of the greatest freedom fighter of India, V.O. Chidambaram. The college was founded by Kulapati APC Veerabahu, who has dedicated his life, energy, and wealth for the building of this college into a premier institute of higher learning, especially in the south skits of Tamil Nadu. The college was visited by many dignitaries from the inception. Jawaharlal Nehru, Srimati Indira Gandhi, Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri, and Sri Rajiv Gandhi in the year 1959, 64, 72, and 89, respectively. In addition to that, it has been a great honor to the founder secretary, and a very few colleges in India can boast of such visits by the great sons of India. Our mission has been the development of the society in all fields through higher education. Our vision is education for all. Our founder secretary, Kulapati APC Veerabahu, who stood his principle on any account the education should not be commercialized. I'm very proud to say that being the one among the VOCians, even though we are facing so much of financial constraints, we have been doing a real service to the society through our V.O. Chidambaram Educational Society. NAC has been accredited our college. NAC has been recognized our college as one among the mentor institution. We have retained A grade consecutively in the year 2004, 11, and 17 respectively. This achievement because of my colleagues, both teaching as well as non-teaching staff. Without their unstinting support, I would have not think about to retain A grade. So this is the time I should thank to all my yesteryear professors, principals, and incumbent professors, those who are all working in our institution. For the past 2 months, as Dr. Radhika has rightly pointed out, that we have been doing a lot of programs for the welfare of the students community, for conducting online classes, webinars, quiz, and for your kind information, we have been doing a social awareness program through our educational institution. In addition to that, 2/3 professors hold a PhD. More than 150 students have been pursuing their PhD program under the able guidance of our faculty members, which includes both science as well as humanities. Our college, GIS lab, has been recognized by the IASRO Hyderabad. Most of the courses we are conducting for the welfare of the students. In addition to that, we have been tapping many grants for the development of our institution. Say, for example, recently we got a Parama scheme and we got a Stride scheme. So these are all the small example which I have to focus to all, how the VOC is developing its own nature for the welfare of the society. In addition to that, as far as the students' point of view, both academically and non-academically, our students have been achieving a lot of things. As you know, as you all seeing me now through the webinar, in my behind almost all the trophies which won by our students. So this is the time to thank my beloved students also. They are also giving their fullest cooperation and support for the running of this institution. With this word, I will pray to God Almighty to shower His blessings to all. I welcome all the participants across the country. On behalf of our V.O.Chidambaram College, being the principal, I welcome you all. With this word, I conclude. Over to Dr. Prince, please.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inaugural address. And before we go into the session, instruction to the participants, please mute your microphones. And if you have any questions, it can be discussed after the talk during the discussion. And the feedback forms will be appearing on your screens after the talk is over, and no link will be provided. Only the forms will be shown on your screens, which you have to attend, and then you'll be getting your certificates, participation certificates. So be alert when the feedback form appears on your screen. Please do the polling. And over to the seminar. So the first resource person we have with us today is Durai Babu Selvaraj. A few words about him. Durai Babu Selvaraj is a learning and development professional who holds a postgraduate degree in social work from Madras School of Social Work. He is currently working with Cone Elevator India Private Limited. Previously, he was with the HCL Technologies as an HR business partner. He lives in Chennai and his favorite pastime is watching movies and reading books. In fact, he has also published 2 poetry books. So welcome, sir. Welcome to this webinar. And I hope your insights which you're going to provide is going to give a real boost to our students as well as the faculty who are attending this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am. Thank you so much for this kind introduction. Yeah, so then before I begin, I would like to thank ICT Academy for making this platform available, and then providing me also an opportunity to interact with these wonderful students of a reputed V.O.C. college. I would like to thank the college management, Principal Sir, Mr. Veerabahu Sir, and he's just now given a wonderful introduction about the college, and the motto of the college is education for all. And then he was also saying about how the college management is committed to serve the society in terms of providing education. So that is really wonderful, sir. And thank you so much for this opportunity. And would like to thank John Prince sir, Gomati Nayagam sir, Radhika ma'am, everybody, and from ICT, Rajkumar, for roping me in to do this session for the students. And then I would also like to thank the students who are here to listen to me and the other wonderful speaker who's going to talk next to me. Right, so welcome you all. A very good morning. And with that, I have a slide deck that I'm going to be talking about. Let me present that slides for you. Just a moment.
Yes, sir. You can able to see in full screen. Go ahead, sir.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you. So nurturing the graduates on industry readiness is the topic that I'm going to be talking about, sharing some of my experiences. So then let's move on. So now, why employability, being industry ready? So now that has been the hot topic for so many years now. So because then there are a lot of engineering colleges, there are a lot of students, engineering students, graduates, management graduates every year passing out. And jobs are also available aplenty. But then how do we build those skill sets to find these jobs easily has been a challenge. A lot of industry experts have been reporting that, yeah, our students are really good, but then they need to be better. So then here we're going to be looking at how we can be better and what are those skills that we need to be developing us upon, so that then in the first place we find a job, and then how do we succeed in the job, how do we prove ourselves to the management and the corporates that we actually work for, and how do we also establish career for ourselves in the long run. So that is going to be the agenda, right? So then what is the world that we are living in today? So now the industry which is there today is called Industry 4.0, right? So meaning it is symbolized by technological disruption. So there is a lot of technological disruption that is happening. Just you have a smartphone, so the world is in your smartphone, right? So you can do anything that you want with just your smartphone. So then connected to smartphones, you have mobile technology and a lot of other things related to it, which is they're changing the world. So we have Internet of things, IoT, we have artificial intelligence, which is taken over really big time. So everywhere we find these robots, chatbots, right? So now in restaurants, we find these robots playing the job of a waiter. They are taking orders from the restaurant goers, and then they also serve food, right? So now in the hospitals today, in this pandemic situation, we have now the students have developed robots, which is serving medicines to the COVID positive patients, right? So robotics, AI, data engineering, cloud computing, automation, self-driving cars, virtual reality, augmented reality. Now this is the world we are living in today. So we are in a digital world already, and there is digital revolution happening, and things are changing quite fast. Technology is taken over, and the speed of change is also very big, right? So then let's understand that we are already there living in a world which is digital. All right, so then we need to be in a way that we navigate this digital world and find success for ourselves, and also find technological disruption taking over the world. Now let's also there is another word that the today's world is being also called. There is an acronym called VUCA. VUCA means V stands for volatility, U for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity. Now, basically, they say this particular word originated from the armed forces. Basically, when the United States armed forces were deployed in Afghanistan and in Iraq. So now, when the armed forces are there, for example, in Dorabara in Afghanistan, their forces were deployed. So then the situation is like that. You never know what's going to happen. Things are changing so fast and swift. It is so unstable, and it is so complex, and there is no plan is going to work there. And then there is a lot of doubts and chaos, right? So now things are not clear. Nobody knows what to do. Then the armed forces will have to operate in a kind of a world which is VUCA, and still hit their target, still complete their mission. So that is basically the origin of this word VUCA. So it is from the armed forces, and it is true with our own Indian armed forces as well, right? So when there was an operation for this, when Taj was attacked by the terrorists, now when the armed forces were there to rescue the inmates who were held up by the terrorists, then the situation was like that, right? So now slowly from the military, from the armed forces, this terminology has come to the industry as well. So now people are saying even the industry, the whole world today is in a VUCA kind of situation. Basically, it is volatile. The speed of technology is changing things so fast, right? So you're not able to predict things. It is so uncertain. So we are not able to predict what is going to happen today. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And there is also a lot of complexities, a lot of interconnections, right? So it is not simple. So there are a lot of knots, and which makes the entire scenario very complex, right? And it is also chaotic, a lot of doubts. There is a lot of lack of information, because there is a lot of doubts, and things are very ambiguous, right? So then we are living in this kind of a world today, and this is going to be so in the next decades, coming decades as well. Then as students, then how should we be, right? So now we need to be able to navigate in this kind of a world which is taken over by technological disruption, which is also symbolized by VUCA. How do we build those skills so that we can succeed? So then we need to understand that this is the kind of world we are living in today. Now then, I also did a bit of a reading before coming to this session. Then what is the employability scenario? Then I read through this report, India Skills Report 2020. Now this report says the employability of Indian youth remains stagnant in the past 3 years, right? So only 46% of our Indian youth are employable or job ready. So that is what this report says, meaning then there is no progress at all happening at this end. So then that is why employability is again becoming the talk all the time. So then we need to equip ourselves furthermore and keep growing, and there has to be self-initiative. Now as students, we have to take the initiative and also move forward. So then the support from the college and support from the industry, so everything is harnessed, and then our employability rate goes up. Now then this 46% is for the entire country, right? So then then it also says then the management graduates employability is actually gone up a bit. Now it is moved up from 40% to 54%. So then management graduates are doing a bit better. But then when it comes to engineering graduates, it has actually gone down. So that is what the report says. But then meaning in 2019, BE BTech employable talent was at 57.09%, which is dropped to 49%. So that is what the report says. But then, like I said, this is for the entire India scenario. But then how is it in Tamil Nadu? Now, comparing the India average, the top 3 states, the averages are better. Maharashtra comes first with 67.99% employability, followed by Tamil Nadu with 62.97, and followed by UP with 61.78%. So then we are a little bit better positioned than our youths in the other states elsewhere or up north. So then that is only a consolation prize, but then still 63% is not great. So we can be even more than that, right? So that is then there is also another report, National Employability Report for Engineers, which also has done a study on employability amongst engineers. So now that says 80% of our engineers are not job ready, right? So now it says that our engineers needs to have new age skills such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, data engineering, and mobile technologies. Now, those of our engineers who are really qualified are very, very minimal. Only around 3% are possess those new age skills, right? Then let's connect this with the kind of world that we are living in, the technological disruption that is happening, the digital revolution that is happening, right? So which means that now these are most important skills we need to be equipping ourselves, and the domain expertise. Apart from these, then the other core engineering also, the domain expertise basically needs to be excellent, right? So then this is the context that I wanted to set. All right, so then I would like to narrate a story of this boiling frog. Then you might also have heard it. It is also there in Google. Now, whatever I'm talking about is already there available in Google, but then this is only my version of what is there, what you know already. Right? So then in the boiling frog, ஒரு frog எடுத்துட்டு ஒரு பாத்திரத்துல சில்லுன்னு தண்ணியை ஊத்திட்டு அதுல அந்த ஃப்ராக் நீங்க போட்டுட்டீங்கன்னா அப்படியே சில்லுன்னு தண்ணி இருக்கும். ஃப்ராக் என்ஜாய் பண்ணும். ஃப்ராக் ஃபீல்ஸ் சில்லுன்னு இருக்கு, நல்லா இருக்கு அப்படின்னுட்டு. So then you take that vessel with the cold water and the frog and you put it on the stove and you light the stove. Right, then and the chillness konjama temperature is going up, right, and then the chill water becomes warm, right? So ipo and the frog enna nenikuma adada ipo nalla veduvedupa irukke nalla irukku comfortable ah irukku ente it is there. So it doesn't take any action. It wants to have fun, it enjoys. But then it is already on the stove. The entire vessel is already on the stove, and as the time goes by, the temperature is keeping on increasing. So now from veduvedupu it has become a little bit more warmer or hotter. Now the frog thinks, சரி ஓகே வெதுவெதுப்பா இருந்துச்சு, இப்போ கொஞ்சம் அதோட சூடா இருக்கு, இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, நம்ம அப்படியே மேனேஜ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், இருந்துடலாம் அப்படின்ட்டு. தென் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் சூடாகுது. ஃப்ராக் திங்ஸ் ஓகே இதுவும் நம்ம பொறுத்துக்கலாம், இட்ஸ் ஓகே, ரொம்பலாம் ஒன்றும் கஷ்டம் இல்லை, பெரிய கஷ்டம் இன்னும் இல்லை. So then as time goes by, then it becomes pretty hot, really hot. Now boiling point water reach already. Now the frog thinks, ayyo idukku mela it is unbearable, I have to jump out. So but then the moment the frog thinks that I have to jump out, it is used up all the energy. Already இருக்க அந்த சூட்டுக்குலாம் அது பொறுத்துக்க அது அதில்ட்ட இருந்த எல்லா எனர்ஜியும் தெம்பும் everything is drained off completely. And by the time it realizes, oh God, this is total danger and I have to jump out if I have to survive, it is already dead. It is not able to survive, right? So அந்த frog மாதிரி நம்ம இருக்க கூடாது. Now, okay, then let's understand the world is changing so fast, right? So இன்னைக்கு நம்ம கம்ஃபர்ட்டபிளா இருக்கோம், காலேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து கம்ஃபர்ட்டபிளா தான் இருக்கிறாங்க, right? But then it's not going to be the same. Things are changing. So then we should not be like that frog, but we should act immediately. We should jump out of comfort zone, right? So and சரி பொறுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கலாம், ஒன்னு கம்ஃபர்ட் ஜோன்ல இருந்து வெளியில வந்துடணும், இன்னொன்னு சரி நம்ம பொறுத்துக்கலாம் இன்னும் மாறட்டும் அது பண்ணலாம். No, so we cannot wait for things to get worse. We need to act immediately. Let's not be like that boiling frog, right? So let's not become complacent, or then let's foresee what's going to happen, what's going to come, right? Then things are changing so fast. There is a lot of struggle, right? So now if we have to be at the top, then we have to jump out now immediately and save ourselves, also save others, right? So let's not be like this boiling frog. Let's jump out. Let's act immediately. Then, so now we saw how we should not be. We definitely should not be like that boiling frog. No, we need to decide immediately. We cannot be in the comfort zone all the time, right? So that's not how we should be. But then how should we be? How should we be? We should be like an expert cricketer, right? Now, an expert cricketer who can score under any condition, right? Now, India home ground la da na vandu nalla viளையாடுவேன், run score பண்ணுவேன் அப்படி நாம இருக்க முடியாது, right? So be it an home ground or be it in England, be it in Australia, other foreign grounds, then a batsman or a bowler, basically here let's talk about the batsman. The batsman needs to have the ability to score under any condition, right? Now then we can say he is job ready, or then the employability is high, right? So we need to be like a batsman who can score under any condition and who can face any kind of a ball. Now bouncer போட்டாலும் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணனும், யார்க்கர் போட்டாலும் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணனும், right? So legல போட்டாலும் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணனும், ஹாஃப்ல போட்டாலும் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணனும், right? So அந்த சென்னை 28 படத்துல வர மாதிரி தான், any kind of a ball we should have the expertise to score. Any kind of a condition we should have the expertise to score, right? So then how can we be this expert batsman? There are two things, right? So one, they have to be technically superior, right? So a batsman na technically superior இருக்கணும். Technical expertise is the foundation, so we cannot compromise on that, which means what? Domain expertise la nammo technically expert இருக்கணும், so we cannot be making any compromise, right? சரி, ஓகே, டெக்னிக்கலா மட்டும் superior இருந்துட்டா நம்மளால ஸ்கோர் பண்ணிட முடியுமா? அப்படினால முடியாது. No, we also have that, to have that adaptability to understand the weather conditions, pitch conditions, எந்த pitch conditions score பண்ணனும், எந்த bowler போட்டாலும் score பண்ணனும், right? So now those things also really matter. Now how are we adapting to the external world, other people, right? How is our people orientation? Now those actually as you grow up, now in the formation years your technical superiority and technical expertise is actually sealed, but then afterwards what really matters is your people orientation, your adaptability to the situation, right? Your flexibility. So then if you have to score, if you have to be the best batsman, if you have to increase your employability skills, if you have to be job ready at any given point of time, two things. One, you have to be technically superior. Two, then you will have to adapt to any kind of situation and build that capability so that you can score anywhere and everywhere, any kind, right? Use your technique, right? So let's be like that batsman. All right, then is employability a one-time affair? So இப்போ நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம் employability, job readiness னா அப்ப students perspectiveலயே நம்ம பேசுறோம் இல்லையா? Of course then you're all students, ஸோ எம்ப்ளாயபிலிட்டினா ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் படிக்கிறாரு, இன்ஜினியரிங்கோ இல்லை வேற கிராஜுவேஷனோ படிக்கிறாரு, தென் படிச்சு முடிச்சதும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அவருக்கு ஜாப் கிடைக்கணும், ரைட்? ஸோ தட் இஸ் வாட் வி ஆர் டர்மிங் இட் அஸ் எம்ப்ளாயபிலிட்டி. ஸோ தென் எம்ப்ளாயபிலிட்டி இஸ் இட் அ ஒன் டைம் அஃபேர். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கு ஜாயின் பண்ற, காலேஜ்ல இருந்து பாஸ் அவுட் ஆகுறாரு, வேலை கிடைச்சிருச்சு, அதோட முடிஞ்சு போச்சா அப்படின்னா இல்ல. No, right? A big no. Employability it is a lifetime affair, right? So if you have to build a career, it just does not end with your first job, immediately a job that you find after your college. No, even while you are in the first job, there is a project given to you, or even if a project has to come to you, then the employability applies there. You need to be deployed in a project, because the changes around us are so fast, right? So now then what is true when you're joining the first company may not be the same condition after 2 years in the same company, right? So then we need constantly working on our employability skills. And then career means that a different, you know, 4 jobs or 5 jobs in a 20-year, 20-phase career, right? So then if you have to move up the ladder, switch jobs, or go somewhere else to overseas, then this employability is going to be there all the time. It's a lifetime affair, basically. Lifetime meaning a career time affair. If your career is for 30 years, then it's a 30 years affair, right? So it just does not end today after you crack an interview and you find a job in some superb company, right? So let's understand that. So then it is a continuous process, which means what? On a daily basis, we have to sharpen our saw, right? All right, so then let's light up our knowledge space. Let's build our skills. Let's build our competencies. And let's do this on a continuous basis, right? So learn, practice, and repeat. Now that should be our motto in life. Learn something new, you know, practice it, then again learn something new, practice it, right? So then you learn, it is at the knowledge level. When you practice, it becomes your skill. If you keep on practicing, then it becomes your expertise, then you become an expert, right? So light up your knowledge space. Then where do we start, basically? Yeah, so then everything starts from the mindset. Now, first of all, adapt to a winning mindset, right? So then, according to me, then what signifies winning mindset? Now, there could be several things, but then a few things that I would like to talk about is, first, let's be open. Let's have an open mindset, right? So let's not decide that this is what it is. Let's not have some preconceived notions. Now, if you don't like something, don't say that, no, I don't like it, I cannot explore. So let's always have the mindset that maybe there is something for me there. Let me try that out. Before giving it a try, don't decide, right? So don't judge anything. Don't have preconceived notions. So let's adopt an open mindset. Then things are changing fast. So let's accept that things are changing really fast. And I also have to change. I have to keep pace with the change that this world is experiencing, right? So now then there is a proverb, if you don't run, you will get run down, right? So then on a highway, everybody are running. Then there are cars, there are buses, there are trucks, and people are running. So then we are also running. I'm also running. You're also running. If you stop running, then you will get run down, meaning then the truck behind or a bus behind or a car behind is going to run over you and go, then you're left behind, right? So then let's adopt a change mindset. Let's understand that change is constant. Let's always be in a mode to change, be flexible, you know, adapt to the changing conditions, like how we have done already now. Before this COVID pandemic, all of you guys went to the schools, colleges, classrooms. So you attended classes face to face in the classrooms where your teachers, your faculty were teaching you. But now it has changed. You are attending your classes now sitting at your home using the technology, or mobile phones or laptops or tabs, right? So we are already doing it. So then let's be conscious about it, that change is constant, and let's change, be ready for change all the time, right? So now it is all the time for change. So let's understand that. then that's going to be really helpful. Then the next thing is learner mindset. Okay, so then what do I mean by learner mindset basically is இப்போ நம்ம காலேஜ் போறோம், there are like 10 different kind of faculty. ஒரு ஃபேக்கல்ட்டிக்கும் ஒரு ஸ்டைல் இருக்கும். ஒரு ஃபேக்கல்ட்டியோட கிளாஸஸ் ரொம்ப ஃபன்னா இருக்கும், ஒரு ஃபேக்கல்ட்டியோட கிளாஸஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ஸ்பைரிங்காக இருக்கும், இன்னொரு ஃபேக்கல்ட்டியோட கிளாஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப போரிங்காக இருக்கும், ரைட்? ஸோ இப்போ நம்ம யூஸ்வலாக என்ன பண்ணுவோம், ரொம்ப ஃபன்னாக இருக்க கிளாஸஸ் மட்டும் we would want to attend. ரொம்ப போரிங்காக இருக்க கிளாஸஸ் வந்து we would want to bunk. ஆடப்போடா இது ரொம்ப போரிங்காக இருக்கு, ரைட்? ஸோ தென் the learner mindset is, even if it is a boring session, we need to have the mindset that there is something the resource person is teaching us. Let me be conscious about it. Let me have a mindset that he is there spending his valuable time teaching us something. I am here to learn no matter what, no matter how boring it is, whether it is fun or not fun. I'm here to learn. There is something for me to learn. Let me learn, right? So that is learner mindset. So let's adopt learner mindset. Okay, so now then how do I know whether I have this mindset? எனக்கு ஓப்பன் மைண்ட் செட் இருக்குன்னு நான் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? சேஞ்ச் மைண்ட் செட் இருக்குன்னு எனக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்? நீங்கள் சொல்லிட்டீங்க லேர்னர் மைண்ட் செட் அடாப்ட் பண்ணுங்கன்னா எப்படி பண்ணுறது, ரைட்? ஸோ one simple but the most powerful thing that you can try is ask for feedback, right? So feedback is one of the most simple yet powerful tool. Don't be shy, right? So just go and ask for feedback. Yeah, so ask for feedback. Just go to your friend who's been working with you, been with you closely. Ask your parents, ask your faculty, right? So they ask them, what do you think about me? What do you think about my mindset? Am I demonstrating an open mindset? Am I demonstrating a change mindset? Am I demonstrating a learner mindset, right? So that is very important. Then take their feedback and accordingly work on yourself. So that is very important, mindset, right? Then the other things that you could practice is, you can practice yoga, you can practice meditation. So basically it is to do with the mind, right? So to a stable mind which will allow you to concentrate and practice these things. So then you can try that out as well. But then feedback is one of the most important things. Please try feedback, right? All right, so now there is something also called I've tagged it as a go for it skills. Okay, now mastery over English language is a must. In today's scenario, mastery over English language is a must. Research says that English language skills will increase your employability chances of getting an employment by 300%, right? So then it's a professional stuff. So now let's learn English, but then let's learn English not at the cost of our own mother tongue. All right, so let's be very clear now. For a good profession, for a good career, if you have to travel abroad globally, if you have to also increase your global employability, then English language is a must. Please learn it. But then for your own soul searching and contentment, our mother tongue is more important. So now learn Tamil or Malayalam or Telugu or Hindi, whatever is your mother tongue. So then you also have to become a master of your own mother tongue as well. Now it is our responsibility to take our language forward. So then focus on that. But then for a job, for global employability, to increase your chances of finding a job easily, or even when you find a job and then if you have to move up the ladder quickly, English is going to help you. So please master English language. Then get more industry exposure, right? So now we read the now in the earlier slides we looked at the employability scenario reports, right? Then one of the reports also says that not many of our students end up in internships. They don't find internships, or they don't really give importance to internships, right? So then get more industry exposure. Now talk to your alumni, be in touch with your seniors, then talk to them like in 2 months, once in 2 months or 3 months. Try to understand from them real time what is happening in the industry, what are all the skills looked at, what kind of things that I have to develop, right? Attend conferences, attend seminars, attend webinars, right? So then get more industry exposure. And then I also spoke about this global employability, right? So then global employability means we also have to have multicultural exposure. Maybe not today, immediately, but then in the long run, please keep it in mind. Multicultural exposure is going to be a big, strength, and that is going to win you a lot of jobs. Then don't, like I said, let's have an open mindset. So don't think that I will work only in Chennai, or I'll only work in Coimbatore. Maybe I can go as far as Bangalore, but then I will not go beyond. No, so wherever you find a job, in Bombay, in Delhi, in Gurgaon, Pune, Indore, right? So wherever you find a job, just go. Be there 3 years, 4 years in Delhi, 3 years in Bombay, 3 years in Coimbatore, few years in Hyderabad. Then this multicultural exposure you already have within India, because India is a very diverse country, right? So then maybe you can also go to Singapore later on, go to the Gulf, go to the US, right? So then overall you have like 15 years over a period of time, in that you have several, you've been working several geographies, known several cultural people in cultural conditions, then that is going to add great value to your profile. So keep that in mind and start from now, or as early as possible. So keep that in mind. Okay, then let me also quickly take you guys through some of the skills. Then I spoke about the technical superiority, the domain expertise, right? So now domain expertise is a must. You have to be an expert. There is no compromise. Apart from that, then let's see what are all the other skills which I have listed, which can help you. One, find a job. Two, you're already in the job, to succeed in the job. Right? Speak up. The first thing is speak up. And to speak up, you need to have an opinion about everything. All right. So for example, you are in a group discussion. And now, what do you think the HR folks actually look for in a group discussion? First thing is you have to initiate a talk. You have to speak up. But then, then what is the content of your talk? What kind of an opinion you have? How unique your observations are from the other students? That is going to move you to the next round, basically, right? So what kind of a new thought process that you put forward? So that is important. So then you need to have an opinion about everything. That is important. And you also have to have the courage to speak up, right? So then how do I develop this? Do some extensive reading, right? Read a lot of books, talk to a lot of people, debate with them, challenge them, move with friends who are intellects, right? You can talk to your faculty, bring up a new topic, discuss it with your faculty, with your friends, with other college people, then with your seniors, right? So then learn everything under the sun. This is in addition to your domain capabilities, right? In addition to your domain capabilities, learn everything under the sun. That's going to make you really stronger. Then we said, we saw speak up. Then another important thing is also to listen up. Now, basically, we are not great listeners. Basically, I think I should say Indians want to talk. We want to talk because we have a lot of good stories to share. And if we think that we know about something, then we immediately want to jump in a conversation and talk and keep talking and talking and talking, and we don't want to listen. right? Yes, then talking is good, but then listening is equally good. In fact, listening is more good, right? So then listening, maybe now it listening helps to understand the other person better, basically, right? And it also develops your relationship with the other person. So the more you listen, the more friendly you become with the other person. Then there is also more clarity. For example, if someone's talking something, somebody is asking some question, you're listening, you're concentrating, then you're able to grasp it, understand it much better. All right. So listening is an important skill. So listen up. Ask questions, don't assume, right? So I said we are living in this very ambiguous world, a VUCA world, where then the information is not available. There is a lack of information. So if you are given a task, there is some lack of information, do not hesitate to ask, right? So ask questions, ask for clarification. If you have doubts, speak up. Then there is nothing like a silly question. Don't think what others are going to think about you if you're asking a silly question. No, please ask questions, don't assume and do things. So then get deeper. Now build your critical thinking ability, become more logical. Do not look at things in an overall way, right? So do not scratch the surface, right? So then go deeper, analyze more deeply. Then first of all, you need to have that mindset. Okay, now if there is something put forward, you're receiving some information, some data, then always have the mindset to go and analyze the data more deeply, become more logical, make connections and interpretations. You should have the ability to make the connections with different kinds of data and come out with some kind of an interpretations. That's going to really help, and that will also help you build your opinion, right? So then you can learn Lean or Six Sigma while you're studying only, so that it's going to help you. You can get some certifications on Lean Six Sigma. Then the other thing is, finish a task. So we need to have the drive and persistence. Vida muyarchi, muyarchi tirunayakkum, right? So finish a task which is given to you. Execution is the most important, one of the most important, right? All of these are important. Execution. So in a project, you are given a task. So then while you set out to achieve that task, perform the task, there will be a lot of challenges, obstacles, but then no matter what, then you might also not be motivated. It might be a boring task, whatever it is. A task is given to you, you must make sure that you complete the task, right? So then you need to build that drive and persistence, right? So basically you can take an example of a sales guy. For example, let's take an example of a sales guy who's selling vacuum cleaners, right? And that sales guy has to sell at least one vacuum cleaner a day. Now he takes the vacuum cleaner, he goes to the first house and he knocks at the door. Talk talk, then அவங்க கதவை திறக்குறாங்க, பார்க்குறாங்க, then domol எனக்கு தேவையில்லை domol, right? So then he goes to the next door, then bang, the door is banged on his face. But then he goes to the next door, they also say no, we already have one, we cannot buy. So now when he goes to the fourth house, then he's already like dull and his drive and persistence is low. என்ன பண்ணலாம், எது பண்ணலாம், ஐயோ 4 வீடு ஆகி போச்சு. Then can he back up? No, he should not back up. Then he has to gather that courage, he has to have the drive and persistence, and then go to the next house and somehow sell that one vacuum cleaner, and then only wind up the day, right? So that is drive and persistence. That is the drive and persistence we also have to have. No matter what a task is given to us, we have to complete it, execute it, finish it, and then settle down, right? And the next one, we spoke about this analytical skills, go deeper and stuff. Now solving problems. Now basically why organization hire you? It is because they want you to solve problems for them. Why you are in a team, why you are with a manager, basically you are there to solve problems for your manager, solve problems for your team, right? So then let's have that mindset. Then there are also systematic and scientific problem solving tools that are available which you can learn, right? So then understand that we are there in an organization, or we are being hired, and or then the company is coming for an interview, and then what we are looking within us is, can this guy solve problems for us? So that is important. Then collaboration is another important skill. So we need to have the ability to collaborate extensively with everyone, no matter what, right? So now people are different. Now then there can be senior folks, much senior folks. So now sila senior folks, if a project na, there will be different kind of people. For example, if you're a fresher just joined, then there are like experienced folks. There will be tough guys, there will be difficult people, right? So then one of them might have hurt you, might have passed some comment about you, right? So then tomorrow morning again you will have to go and see all those faces, and then still be able to work on the project, be a team player and complete that project, right? So then collaboration is important within the team, across the team, and with anybody else, no matter who they are, how they look like, and whatever, right? How difficult they are. And if they even scolded you yesterday, you still have to have the ability to go back again. Don't take that personally. Go back again tomorrow, and then talk to that person with a smile and get things done, work along with them, right? So that kind of skills we need to have. All right, so then we also have to have goodwill ambassadors. So another namo technical expert andalum வேலை எல்லாம் கரெக்ட்டா முடிச்சு கொடுத்தாலும், right? So then you have boost எனர்ஜி ட்ரிங்க் இருக்கு. என்னதான் பூஸ்ட் ரொம்ப சூப்பரா இருந்தாலும், டேஸ்டியா இருந்தாலும், எனர்ஜியை கொடுத்தாலும், health benefits கொடுத்தாலும், then the boost energy drink needs a Sachin Tendulkar as a brand ambassador. It needs Virat Kohli, it needs MS Dhoni, right? So let's understand that Hyundai car irukku, it's a good car. Though Maruti being the largest manufacturer in India and the largest selling cars in India, Hyundai also is definitely a good car, right? But then Hyundai needs Shah Rukh Khan to sell its car, right? So build its brand value, right? So then likewise, each of us also need goodwill ambassadors, right? So then இதுக்காக நீங்க கான்ஷியஸா ஐயோ நம்ம குட்வில் அம்பாசிடர் வேணும்னு நீங்க போயிட்டு முயற்சி பண்ண தேவையில்லை. But then if you do all the other things correctly, for example, like you speak up, right? So you get things done, you have your own opinion, you are a great listener, you are there, you're solving problems for your seniors, you're solving problems for your cross team colleagues, then slowly over a period of time there is a goodwill that is being built, and there will be a few people which you can become more friends, and those people can talk for you when you're not there, right? So build goodwill ambassadors. Then learn every day. கற்றது கை மண்ணளவு, கல்லாதது உலகளவு, right? So தொட்டனை தூரும் மணற்கேணி மாந்தர்க்கு கற்றனை தூரும் அறிவு. So learn every day. Like I said, we are living in a VUCA world. We are living in a world where things are changing so fast and quick. So whatever skill that is relevant today is not there tomorrow, right? So you take the examples of the smartphones. There are so many smartphones coming, so many iterations and updations, right? So you have a smartphone today, in next 3 months you have an higher version, in the next 3 months you have an higher version. So things are changing so fast, so which means we need to learn every day. But then how? Make it a point, make it a habit, make it a point that you calendarize it. காலைல எழுந்துச்சு நம்ம எப்படி பல்லு வளக்குறோமோ, பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் சாப்பிடுறோமோ, குளிக்கிறோமோ, அது மாதிரி learning has to become exercise பண்றோமோ, daily exercise பண்றோமோ, it has to become a daily routine. So you fix up some time in your day, calendarize it. காலையில 6ல இருந்து 7 இல்ல நைட் தூங்க போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி 10ல இருந்து 11 இல்ல 9ல இருந்து 10. So every day 1 hour or at least 30 minutes I will learn something new, right? So make learning a habit. Then practice restraint. Now நிதானம் சிம்பிளா தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா நிதானமா இருக்கணும், கரெக்டா? ஸோ தானத்திலே சிறந்த தானம் நிதானம், ரைட்? ஸோ அன்னதானம் இருக்கு கண்டிப்பா. தென் லெட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ டூ அன்னதானம், ரத்த தானம், கண் தானம். பட் இது எல்லாத்தை விடமும் சிறந்தது ஒன்று இருக்கு, ஆர் அட்லீஸ்ட் அன்னதானத்துக்கு ஈக்குவலா ஒன்று இருக்குன்னா அது நிதானம். ஸோ லெட்ஸ் ப்ராக்டிஸ் ரெஸ்ட்ரெயின்ட், right? Let's be emotionally intelligent. So emotional intelligence na thinking about the consequence of the consequence. Now before acting, யாரோ ஒருத்தர் உங்கள்கிட்ட கோவமா பேசிட்டாங்க, திரும்பி நீங்க அவங்களை திட்டுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம இப்ப இவரை திட்டுறோம், திருப்பி திட்டுறது ஒரு கான்சிக்வன்ஸ். அந்த திருப்பி திட்டுறதுனால அவர்கிட்ட இருந்து ஒரு எதிர்வினை வரும் இல்லையா, அது இன்னொரு கான்சிக்வன்ஸ். ஸோ திங்க் 2 times ahead basically. So think எதிர்வினையோட எதிர்வினையை யோசிச்சு பார்த்து நம்ம இப்பவே நம்மளுடைய செயலை அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி மாத்திக்கிட்டோம்னா அதுதான் இமோஷனல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ். ஸோ ப்ராக்டிஸ் ரெஸ்ட்ரெயின்ட். எவ்வளவுதான் சிச்சுவேஷன் டஃபா இருந்தாலும் லெட்ஸ் ப்ராக்டிஸ் ரெஸ்ட்ரெயின்ட். திஸ் இஸ் அ டிஃபைனிங் ஸ்கில் and an important skill. Okay, so then this will definitely help. Then interviews la kuda pathina, there are interviewers who do stress interviews. So basically stress interview la idha check பண்ணுவாங்க, how emotionally intelligent you are. அந்த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்லயும் நீ எப்படி உங்களோட டெம்பரை லூஸ் பண்ணாம நீங்க எப்படி பதில் அளிக்கிறீங்க, that is what is being tested, right? So then we also have books. சோமவல்லியப்பன் ஒரு ஆத்தர் வந்து இட்லியா இருங்கள் அப்படின்ற ஒரு புத்தகம் எழுதியிருக்காரு, which is on emotional intelligence. Please grab it and read. Right, so then quickly, of course, we looked at finishing a task no matter what. Likewise, finishing a task எவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்டோ அவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாக அந்த டாஸ்க்கை அந்த நேரத்துக்குள்ளே முடிக்கணும். ஸோ டைம்லினஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் ஆஃப் த மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங். பங்க்சுவாலிட்டி, be on time. Any meeting, be on time. Any deadline, you keep that promise. If you say I am going to complete this task by 5 p.m. today, do it before 5 p.m. 4:55, send out an email to your manager saying, boss, like I committed, I have completed. And you have to do this not just one time but all the time, right? So timeliness is very important. Then always wear a smile, sport a pleasant look. எப்பவுமே ஒரு ஸ்மைலோட இருங்க. மக்களுக்கு வந்து சிரிச்சு முகத்தோட இருக்கவங்களுக்கு தான் பிடிக்கும்ங்கிறது நான் தான் சொல்லி தெரியணும்னு இல்லை, எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். பட் தென் ஏதோ ஒரு காரணத்துக்காக நம்ம அதை பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறோம், இல்லை வேற ஏதோ சிந்தனையில் எப்பவுமே இருந்துட்டு இருக்கிறோம், ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ல இருக்கிறோம். பட் தென் லெட்ஸ் கீப் தட் அசைட் அண்ட் ஸ்போர்ட் அ லுக் நோ மேட்டர் வாட், ரைட்? ஸோ அதுதான் கஷ்டமா இருந்தாலும் இடுக்கன் வருங்கால் நகுகான்னு சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ இடுக்கன் வந்தாலும் நகுக, இடுக்கன் இல்லாட்டியும் நகுக, ரைட்? ஸோ லெட்ஸ் வேர் அ ஸ்மைல். Then dress up well, dress for the occasion. So research என்ன சொல்லுதுன்னா, யாரெல்லாம் வேலைக்கு வெல் ட்ரெஸ்டா வராங்களோ அவங்களுடைய chances of growth is higher than the others அப்படின்ட்டு ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸ் சொல்றாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ பேசிக்லி யூ ஹாவ் டு பி வெல் ட்ரெஸ்ட் இன் தி ஆஃபீஸ், த பெஸ்ட் ட்ரெஸ்ட். அண்ட் பெஸ்ட் ட்ரெஸ்ட்னா ட்ரெஸ்ட் அப் ஃபார் தி அக்கேஷன். யூ ஹாவ் டு பி ட்ரெஸ்ட் அப் ஃபார் தி அக்கேஷன். ஒரு ஃபார்மல் மீட்டிங்னா அந்த அக்கேஷனுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி வரணும், பட் யூ ஹாவ் டு தி பெஸ்ட். ஒரு மேரேஜ்னா அந்த அக்கேஷனுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி நீங்க ட்ரெஸ் பண்ணணும், பட் யூ ஹாவ் டு பி த பெஸ்ட், ரைட்? ஸோ ட்ரெஸ் அப் வெல். Dress up well. Just give me a moment, please. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. So dress up well. So that is an important thing. Then diversity. I spoke about collaboration. So there are a lot of interconnections with all these characteristics and skill sets that we are actually talking about. Okay. Oh, sorry. Right. So then diversity meaning we need to appreciate differences. People are different. All the 5 fingers in a hand are different, right? So now let's understand the other person. They have now different background. They come from a different geography. They speak a different language. They practice a different faith. They look differently, right? So then, but in a project, then all of us, different people from different walks of life, come together to complete a project, to come together in an office or in a work environment, right? So then if we have to be successful, we have to appreciate these differences exist, and it is good to have these differences, and it is good to have different perspectives, because in a homogeneous group, your thinking and thought process is like right? It is in just one direction. But then if you have different viewpoints, different perspectives, then your growth happens. So let's look at it positively. If you have different people with different backgrounds, different nature, then that is going to actually help you, right? So let's understand that, and let's appreciate diversity in workplaces or even elsewhere. That is going to be good. Please remove this window away from, I don't know. All right. So then, next important thing, in the pictures, you can see Warren Buffett with Bill Gates, then Maya Angelou and Oprah Winfrey, then the last person is Bill Campbell. So now, இவங்கெல்லாம் ஆல்ரெடி பில் கேட்ஸ் தெரியும். யூஸ்வலி ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் மத்தியிலோ நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது, ஆமா இவர் பெரிய பில் கேட்ஸு, ஆமா இவர் பெரிய டாடா பிர்லா அப்படிலாம் நம்ம பேசுவோம் இல்லையா? பட் தென் இந்த பில் கேட்ஸ் இருக்காருல்ல, பில் கேட்ஸுக்கு மென்டார் ஒருத்தர் இருந்தாராம். அவர் தான் வாரன் பஃபெட், ரைட்? ஸோ வாரன் பஃபெட் இஸ் an investor. He had this Berkshire some company. He's the head of that. He actually mentored Bill Gates. Who? Bill Gates, right? So then the next person is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is a celebrity talk show host. So America la Oprah Winfrey show na samma famous. All the top celebrities would want to find a place in her talk show. So that அவ்வளோ சூப்பர் செலிபிரிட்டி ஓப்ரா வின்ஃப்ரி. அந்த ஓப்ரா வின்ஃப்ரிக்கு ஒரு மென்டார் இருந்தாங்களாம். அவங்க தான் மாயா ஏஞ்சலோ. ஸோ மாயா ஏஞ்சலோ, ஷீ இஸ் an American poet and author, poet, activist. ஸோ மாயா ஏஞ்சலோட ஃபேமஸான ஒரு வேர்ஸ் இருக்கு. அது என்னன்னா, people don't remember you, but then they remember how you made them feel. Right? So that is an important quote by Maya Angelou. So people don't remember you, but then they remember how you made them feel. So it is important that we always have to make the other person feel nice when they come into contact with you, feel happy when they are in your group, right? So then Oprah Winfrey, a super celebrity in the United States, had a mentor, Maya Angelou. Likewise, the other person you see is Bill Campbell. அவர் வந்து ஸ்டீவ் ஜாப்ஸ், நமக்கு தெரியும் ஸ்டீவ் ஜாப்ஸ் பயங்கர ஃபேமஸ். ஆப்பிள், ஸ்டீவ் ஜாப்ஸ் founded Apple, co-founded Apple with Wozniacki, and he made Apple one of the most valued companies in the world, right? So today இன்னைக்கு வந்து அமேசான் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நினைக்கிறேன்னா, சரியா தெரியல. ஸோ அதுதான் ஜெஃப் பேசோஸ். ஜெஃப் பேசோஸ் அமேசானோட சிஇஓ. Then Larry Page is a co-founder, Google. Sergey Brin, Larry Page, they co-founded Google, right? So இவங்களுக்கு Bill Campbellங்கிற ஒருத்தர் வந்து மென்டாரா இருந்தாராம், right? So then even those super big guys need mentors. So then people like us definitely need mentors. So go get yourself a mentor, right? Students out there, please go get yourself a mentor. So just go and ask. It could be உங்களோட ரொம்ப inner circle விட்டு just move out. It can be a faculty from other college, it can be your super senior, right? So just find a right person, take feedback about them, you reach out to them and ask them that, sir or madam, can you be my mentor, right? So get yourself a mentor now, and that is going to really help you. All right, then get certifications. So get yourself mentor. The mentor then maybe they are also talking about the same things that I'm doing, and then they basically share their life experiences. Mentors. Now, if you're in a tough situation, you go and ask a mentor, an experienced mentor. So now they are going to look back, and from their own experiences, same kind of a tough situation they also would have faced, right? So then how they handled it, good or bad, then with that they're going to help you out. So that is basically mentorship, right? So then mentor, coach, you can get a coach, you can get a mentor. So coach is skill based, short term. Mentoring is wholesome, it includes everything, and long term. So get certifications, right? So now there are like a lot of massive online open courses which is called MOOCs. Coursera irukku, LinkedIn Learning irukku, EDX irukku, Future Learn irukku. So then just go get some certifications, it will definitely help, right? So then even experienced people like me, we go after certifications because one, knowledge, now it refreshes our knowledge, we can learn new things, then it also adds weightage to our profile, right? So go get certifications. If you're already doing it, it is superb, nothing like it, but then get as many as possible. You don't have to put everything in your resume, but then definitely get certifications in your technical domain expertise, in your core areas, and also in other areas, softer skills, etc. And there are also video channels, TED Talks, you must be already knowing. So then make time every day for these things. All right, so then time now is 12:10, sorry, I'll wind up fast. So then these are my recommendations, the books that you can read, right? So then 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. You Can Win, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, The One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papachen, right? So you can buy these books, or you can start from here. If you're already doing it, nothing like it, but then if you don't have the habit of reading books, then please make it a habit. Now you can form groups, one person can, or you can share. For example, if the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People book is costing you $900 or $700, then 5 people pool in money, share, buy one book, buy that one book. So then each person can learn one habit. Then again, you can come back as a group, then teach it back to the other friends, right? So now teach back is also one of the beautiful things that you can do while you're in students. You might be doing it already, but then continue, or you start doing, right? So you learn something new, make groups and share it back with your friends and students. So that is teach back, right? So then the formula for success, or then employability, is basically mindset plus skill set is success. Then I'm replacing employability with success. Yeah. So then success also means that you have to be successful in a job interview. You have to be successful in a job itself. And then you also have to be successful, have successful career. Right. So then we must have heard this phrase, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, அந்த ஸ்னோ ஒயிட் அப்படின்ட்டு ஒரு ஃபேரி டெய்ல் இருக்கு, கரெக்டா? I hope I'm correct, but if I'm not correct, then you please go back and find out what is the correct version, right? So இவங்க ஒரு மேஜிக் மிரர் இருக்கும், மாய கண்ணாடி இருக்கும். இவங்க காத்தால தினமும் எழுந்திருச்சதும் அந்த மாய கண்ணாடி முன்னாடி போய் நின்றுட்டு அங்க கேட்பாங்க, மிரர் மிரர் ஆன் தி வால், who's the fairest of them all? ஸோ அந்த மிரர் சொல்லும், ஓ குவீன் நீங்க தான், யூ ஆர் த ஃபேரஸ்ட் அப்படின்னும். ஸோ தென் அடுத்த நாள் கேட்பாங்க, அந்த மிரர் சொல்லும், குவீன் யூ ஆர் த ஃபேரஸ்ட் ஆஃப் தெம் ஆல். அப்போ ஒரு 3-4 நாள் கேட்பாங்க. அப்புறம் திடீர்னு ஒரு தடவை கேட்பாங்க, அந்த மாய கண்ணாடி சொல்லும், ஓ குவீன் ஸ்னோ ஒயிட் இஸ் த ஃபேரஸ்ட் ஆஃப் தெம் ஆல் அப்படிங்கும். தென் கதைப்படி the queen gets really furious and she develops a lot of hatred with Snow White. But then the point is, we should also be asking the same question to ourselves, who's the best? But then in the கதையில வந்து இந்த queen வந்து Snow White ஓட she develops hatred. But then what we can do is, then how do I better that person? Now how can I become more competent than that person? So that kind of a question we can ask, look at it positively, and then work towards that, right? So that is one. Then other thing is, this mirror is a reflective tool. It reflects, it shows you who you are. You stand in front of a mirror, look at it, then it reflects your face as it is. If there is a black spot, you see a black spot, right? So if it looks nice, it looks nice. If it looks okay, it looks okay, right? So then, which means what? Reflect daily about yourself. Am I a better person than yesterday? So every day ask yourself, am I a better person than yesterday? If not, then what should I do? Have I learned something new today? What should I do? Right? So that kind of a mindset we should have. Then focus. Let's focus, right? So மகாபாரதத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கதை இருக்கு, ஒரு சின்ன கதை. துரோணாச்சாரியார் வந்து வில்வித்தை சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டு இருப்பாரு. ஸோ அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார், ஒரு பெரிய உயரமான மரம் இருக்கும், அந்த மரத்து மேல வந்து ஒரு மரப்பறவையை வந்து வச்சிருவார். அந்த மரப்பறவையில பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கண்ணு இருக்கும், அப்புறம் தென் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் அந்த கால்கள் இருக்கும், அதனுடைய இறகுகள் இருக்கும். அதை கொண்டுட்டு போய் மரத்து உச்சில வச்சிடுவார். வச்சுட்டு தென் he calls his pupils, his students. So then first he calls Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira, come, then pick up your bow and arrow, then aim at the bird, right? So then Yudhishthira picks up the bow and the arrow, and then he aims at the bird. Now Dronacharya asks Yudhishthira, what do you see? Right? Then Yudhishthira says, Master Acharya, I can see the blue sky. Then Dronacharya says, okay, then shoot the arrow. Yudhishthira shoots the arrow misses the bird, obviously. Then he calls the second student, Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama, now you come, Niva, edu unoda villa edu, ambu edu. Then you just aim at the bird. Then Ashwatthama also aims at the bird. Then Dronacharya asks Ashwatthama, what do you see now? Then Ashwatthama says, I can see the leaves of the tree and the branches, and yeah, some portion of the bird also. Then now Dronacharya says, okay, shoot the arrow. Ashwatthama shoots, then that arrow also misses the bird. Then Dronacharya calls Arjuna, right? Then Arjuna comes, then come on, pick up your bow and arrow, then aim at the bird. Now Arjuna takes aim at the bird, and Dronacharya again asks Arjuna, what do you see? Arjuna, what do you see? Arjuna says, I see the eye of the bird. He says, then Drona repeats, what do you see? I see the eye of the bird. Then Dronacharya asks him, what else do you see? வேற என்ன தெரியுது உனக்கு அப்படின்னு கேட்கிறாரு. Then Arjuna says, nothing else. வேற எதுவுமே தெரியல, எனக்கு வந்து அந்த கண்ணு மட்டும்தான் தெரியுது அப்படிங்கிறாரு. Now Dronacharya says, come on, shoot the arrow. Then Arjuna shoots the arrow, it hits the eye of the bird, right? Then that is why Arjuna is the most skilled archer in the world. அதனால தான் உலகத்திலே தலை சிறந்த Vilvathivirna Arjunan irukkraru, right? So then let's be like Arjuna himself, right? So let's stay focused on the job. So never take your eyes off the target. Stay focused. And wishing you all the best. Be happy, stay focused and be happy. So idenada adu employability உலகம் technological disruption ஊக்கா ஐயோ complexity அப்படின்லாம் அது ஒரு பக்கம் இருக்கட்டும். நம்ம ஸ்கில்ஸ் நம்ம வளர்த்துக்கிட்டோம்னா இது எல்லாமே ஈஸியாக தான் ஆயிரும். But then the soul of life is to stay happy, right? So then let's not compromise on the happiness. So let's be happy. So be happy. Wishing you all the best for the patients. Now again, I take this opportunity to thank the principal sir, the management of the V.O.C. College. Thank Mr. John Prince, thank Gomati Naikam, thank Radhika madam for a wonderful introduction. And again, I would like to thank the ICT Academy, Mr. Rajkumar, for having given me this opportunity to address this wonderful audience. And last but not the least, the students, thank you so much for your patient listening. I think I have overshot the time which was given to me. I'm sorry, but then I hope the session was useful. Wish you all success, wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, be happy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir, and everything you have covered on time management and getting a mentor, and also your advice certification from different courses to be. They have to equip themselves. That is the point. That should be taken back home by the students. And also it was very nice because it's not only for those who are seeking the jobs, there are those who are in the jobs also to equip themselves. I think that will be useful for everybody who's attending this session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation, sir. And we'll go for the next presentation. And
thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And we'll go for the next presentation by Reese Emmanuel, and he's the manager of HR Maxter Digital. And over to Dr. John Prince for a brief introduction of the next speaker.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me introduce the second session speaker, the Reese Emmanuel. The Reese Emmanuel hold a bachelor degree in electrical and electronic engineering and completed his postgraduate in business administration MBA. Reese has over 10 years of experience in HR management and has been playing the role of HRBB in the product and the startup sector by working with the multiple business units heads across the streams. Previously, worked with the Biodata technology. He worked in the Biodata technology. Currently worked as a Maxter. Reese handles the entire gamut of HR functions like strategic hiring, talent engagement and management, training and development, performance appraisal and management, enhancing the employee and the experience and the culture. In his free time, he loves to indulge in sports activity, read gospel books, and listen to the music. With these introductions, I hand over the sessions to the next speaker, the Reese Emmanuel. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the info. So I can go ahead and start the session, sir?
Yes, sir, you can start.
Sir. So I think, so I was listening to the last session of Mr. Durai as well. So pretty much whatever that I wanted to share is also covered by Durai. So, but typically, yeah, that's what is expected in across industries. So anyway, I've got a small PPT. So probably I'll try to skip some of the pointers which Durai has already highlighted. And I will try to cover from an IT perspective or whatever that I've got from a learning experience. Okay. So just give me a minute. I'll be sharing the screen.
Sure, sir.
So is everyone able to see the screen right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make it as a full screen, sir. Okay. Yes. Good, sir.
So just to brief intro about, Mr. John, the principal, has also given an intro. So just a quick intro about myself. I'm Reese Emmanuel. So I've got like 10 plus years of experience. The last 6 years, I've been more into the campus hiring as well. So that's something that I've carried as an experience from what an industry expects from a IT corporate. Yeah, so that's from that perspective, and also from few other industries, I would be able to give you that info, which will be helpful for you. So currently, I'm working at Maxter. Maxter, it's basically a digital newsstand where we have close to 13,000 plus magazines that's available from various categories. So yeah, that's one thing. I've recently joined Maxter. For the last 4 months, I've been working with them, and predominantly I handle the HR part from a HR business partner standpoint, and also from a recruitment standpoint. So I've got a lot of insights based on the trends that I've been personally that I've been exposed into, and also I try to do a lot of research and learning in terms of what the industry is going towards to. Now, being in HR, I also try to equip myself from various forums. Lastly, from a personal standpoint, yeah, I'm married. I've got a wife. She works as a technical lead in a company called Altron. So I've got 2 kids. The first guy, he's in his first standard.
Sorry for the interruption, Reese, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the time is 12:20,
Yeah.
24. So
Yes.
you take 40 minutes to cover this your presentation, sir.
Yes, sir, definitely. Definitely,
Okay.
it will be done within that time. Don't worry,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so yeah, about my daughter, she's just like 9 months old. Okay. So moving on to the thing. Now, what is the topic today is like nurturing the industry based on industry readiness, right? So everyone has different mindsets. So this is something that I've kind of put across. So today, I'm sure most of you are like say 94, 93, 95 born, no? So or probably later than that. So they're all mostly in the Gen Z or the Gen Alpha. So that's what you're at. So everyone has a different mindset. So whatever that you've learned, you've been learning, it's different. Now, sometimes what works for me or for your parents or for your seniors might not even work for you. So of course, everyone has a positive, everyone has a different learning. So one thing that I wanted to highlight, these are all certain metrics that we kind of pulled out from the net. So this is the kind of mindset that currently people are at. So the generation, so you are pretty unique. Now you want to be kind of unique, and that is definitely that's expected from you. So that being said, the mindset varies from different generations. So today, for the industry readiness, today the industry is also evolving, and the expectations are far different. So it is very important for you also to kind of adapt to what is the expectation, so that you can also get the right opportunity and move on to the next stage from a career standpoint. So this gives a picture of how the mindset has gone from the baby boomers to the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, which we are currently at. Okay, so just to give you an overview so that you can take the right perspective. So coming to the industry readiness, so this is one insight that again I pulled out from Naukri. So it is a recent report, which gives a lot of statistics, which will also help you to understand where you need to focus on. So that is one of the reason I kind of pulled out this information, not to give a negative notion. Now, of course, this lockdown period has brought in a different perspective today, but doesn't mean that the industry is not gonna again rise up in terms of the hiring standpoint. So the hiring has gone across from various sectors, has definitely gone down from an insurance or the BPO or the pharma. I see that you're all from arts and science and also from the engineering background. So all this have gone down in terms of the hiring, but yes, it is going to start. Now, there's one other insight that I kind of pulled out from one of the one of the major banks called JP Morgan, which they were telling us there's typically two kinds of economy thing that we can pull it out in a curve, which is a V curve or a U curve. So which the current thing, what I've seen, what they've personally, the subject matter experts have said is it's more like a V curve. The faster it goes down, the faster it's going to go up as well. So one thing is like for you to get the right opportunity and be ready for the industry. So that is again a very, very important part that you all need to be aware of. So for that, you need to equip yourself. So this is one thing that gives you a metrics, like obviously the percentage in the years of experience, if you see the freshers hiring as slightly a little low, but still the major service companies and a lot of other functions are still looking at the right balance, because there's a lot of cost optimization also that's happening in the industry. So that being said, the mid-level people tend to kind of jump to other offers or other companies. So in that case, the gap to be filled with the fresher or with the competent freshers or like say juniors is more important. So that being said, the hiring is going to definitely increase from a 0 to 3 years slab. So you need to always kind of equip yourself. So coming to the employability skills now, which is very important for the industry readiness. So what are some things that we really need to equip ourselves is important. So most of it Durai kind of covered from, but again, I will try to add on few more aspects. I was not there for the initial part of the session, but I will try to share my knowledge or my experience from my experience from the IT sector, as well as from the advertising and from the magazine e-publishing sector that we are looking at. So one is the problem solving skills. So this is something, it is applicable across the industry. So today, all the corporates or all the industries are looking at problem solving, which is the primary skill which anyone is looking at today, because you all learn from various standpoints, from a technical standpoint. But the problem solving is like when you come into the job, right? When you, whatever role that you're going to get into, you're going to face with a lot of different challenges, things that you didn't even expect at all. So in that case, how are you going to kind of have a workaround in it? So that is very, very important, right? So that's something which is very important, which you need to kind of try to brush up your skills. So which again doesn't happen just like overnight. It is that something that you need to try to do it day in, day out. So every day you need to kind of try to pick up those things. How do you kind of brush up your problem solving skills? So that's again various things, like analyzing the facts and figures. These are some pointers that I've put, devising contingency plans, assessing the process, and again implementing it. So these are very, very important for you to get into any role. So that's one of the reason, as you see in any campus interviews that you guys would be sitting through, initial round would be more of an aptitude test, correct? So that is where we assess your logical skills, your aptitude, your verbal ability, all those things. So problem solving is one of the primary things that any industry is looking at today for you to be hired. So that's one of the filtering grounds. So you need to kind of keep a tab on that very importantly. Again, it's not like it is again, you need to understand the bottom line. Now you need to understand the problem and again to see how you're optimally coming up with a solution to it. So that's more important. Next is the communication skills, which is very, very important. As Ray also was telling, you need to speak up, you need to listen. So which is very, very important. So communication skills is not again the English communication is more about speaking your thoughts with a clarity. That's very, very important today. Rather than just blabbing something, it's more important to answer to the point. And how optimally and precise are you answering to the question? So that is what it is all about. You need not use big jargons and all, big vocabularies. That and all is not required. Whatever English that you know, with that, just communicate it in a very clear way and not use more of fillers. Because that's again, when you're trying to learn English, some of you might be good, some of you might be in the stage of learning English or trying to capitalize on that. So when you do that, you always try to you have this MTI. Now BPO முன்னாடிலாம் வந்து MTI ஒரு ஃபேக்டர் பார்ப்பாங்க, which is MTI is mother tongue influence. நம்ம பேசும்போதே நம்ம கூட அந்த mother tongue will come, and அந்த mother tongue அந்த கூடயே will always come. So that will be very evident when you're talking. So that is something that people look at it. Today they're not looking at today the global scenario has gone out, like where they're not looking at that MTA actually as a major part, but you can try to look at on those aspects and also some of the fillers. So people tend to always use some fillers, like say for example, when you're talking a sentence, Maria, like for example, in my case, when I was earlier in my initial stage or sometime back, I used to use the word like in ravati on the Nariya Vati I used to use in my conversations. So that was majorly a filler. So like that, many people tend to use a lot of different fillers in their conversations. So you need to try to identify that. How do you identify? Again, you need to get into a forum where people can help you identify that. As I also was highlighting, having a good mentor, probably join together as a small team, have some Toastmasters club or anything of that sort, where you can try to give a presentation, just 2-3 minutes, and people can take different roles and identifying, okay, where are your grammatical mistakes that you're doing, where is the fillers that you're using, and all those things, that breathing between the talk. And also is again, sometimes we as Indians also tend to talk a lot much fast. The pace at which we are talking is also a little on the higher side. So that's something also which you need to kindly put it on a little on the slower side. So building rapport, over communication, sometimes over communicate also is definitely going to help a lot in terms of various aspects. Now speaking out is very important. Don't feel shy away with whatever queries that you have. So that's more important. And the next important skill that is very important for getting into the industry is the adaptability and the collaboration. Yes, because it is not some of the most of the roles might be individual contributor role, but individual contributor role still has a lot of dependencies with your peers, with your managers, or with the other stakeholders, which is intra team or inter team. And the mari you would be required to have conversations, have discussions with various teams. So it is very important for you to go and collaborate rather than just sticking on to your own thing, because that adds up a lot of stress also. Let's say a manager or your peer gives you a kind of a task and you try to work on it and you don't know where to start. You need to kind of go ask for help. So collaborate, get the data from various teams that is required, and adaptable. Adaptable is again a very, very important part in today's industry trend. Let's say, for example, some of you might have some strength. For example, some might be really good at coding and who wants to get into coding. They might not be okay to get into a testing role or a business analyst or a different role. So that is different. So if you're clear that you want to get into one particular stream, you need to focus on that. But at the same time, it also involves a little bit of flexibility for you to adapt into different functions, because in any particular industry, there will be some additional responsibilities. Today, now gone are the days where the full stack developers. Today, full stack developers is something that they expect both the front end and the back end to work on. So I'm going to talk about that as well. But yeah, being adaptable is more important for you to learn additional skill sets from additional roles that's been given to you. So that's again another important criteria for you to get into any role, because once you're adaptable, that is going to help you to climb the ladder much quicker. One thing that I can personally say from my experiences, when you're adaptable, let's say in any particular language, say for example, I'm hiring a resource for I go to the campus, right? So I do hire, let's say 2021, I go to the campus by June, I do the hiring part. But by the time that they come in, my skill set, my tech stack might be different. For example, I would have hired you for a Java programming role, but by the time that you come in, I might be more focused towards to .NET or probably into mobile technology. So at that time, you need to kind of be adaptable to get into that programming language. So that is one thing which is very important. If you're going to stick on to one thing, that is not going to help you to grow to the next level. So that's one thing that I wanted to highlight. Next is your employability skills, which is the technology use. Now, technology is very, very important these days. If in case it's an IT sector, you need to, these are some things that I do because predominantly I come from an IT background. I'm trying to portray this, which most of it, some of the sites are something which even Durai also highlighted. So yeah, a lot of things which is coming on the rise today is the boot camps. Boot camps is something where you try to do a practical learning, not just the theoretical learning, where you literally do a kind of a project and you also see the outcome of it. So that's something that is really coming up in the industry, which will give you that practical exposure for a real-time project itself. So YouTube, make use of the YouTube developer sites, which is the GitHub and other things, and also the peers, friends, and mentors, which is very, very important, where most of the other platforms don't give you that kind of a mentorship or the training. So that's again a very important thing. So one thing that I recently noticed is India AI, which is like artificial intelligence, which is also offering a lot of free things. So that's something also I thought I can include, because that will be very useful for you, which will also help you to understand from the latest things, because the government is tied up with NASCOM, and through that they have also tried in coming up with a lot of courses and other things. Okay. So this is just to throw some idea in terms of what you need to focus on now, especially if you are getting into a IT sector, into the coding sector. What is it is very important for me to get a job opportunity. These are some things that I pulled out from the net again. So, but in the latest trend in 2020 in the IT sector, the hottest technology that people are looking to hire is the full stack development. As you see, that is where the majority, 43% on average, that is something that we are looking at to hire. So that's again a very important role that's going to be looking into. And the next is the backend and the data scientist roles. So those are things that you can try to brush up or try to equip yourself to get into a industry, into the IT sector specifically. I'll also try to cover the other roles in the next slides. So coming to the programming language side, which is the scripting, which is like JavaScript is a framework language which is really in the boom. Now, as you see in the geographical spread as well, if you see APAC, which is the Asia Pacific region, JavaScript and Python is on the top now, which is being looked at from various standpoints. It's because of the usability and the pace at which we can deliver. So that's one thing from a language standpoint, which you can try to learn, which is like JavaScript, Python, and Java. the other things you can still do. And yeah, one other aspect that I want to highlight is the language agnostic. This is a recent trend that's coming up on the rise, which is language agnostic. Let's say, for example, you might be strong at, let's say, C++ or Java, but you don't know anything about .NET or Android or iOS development. But there are a lot of startup and product companies which are okay to hire people even from other languages, because that's called as language agnostic, meaning we strongly believe that if one person is really strong at one particular programming language, he can easily pick up any other languages. So that is expectation today. So that's something also which a lot of startup and product companies are looking at. So that doesn't mean that you need to stick on to one language. Try to really be an expert in one particular language. In parallel, try to learn the upcoming languages also, because if you're going to stick on to the same C++, you're not going to survive in the latest, in the recent trends. So various frameworks are coming in. So AngularJS is on the top in 2020. AngularJS and React.js are really on the top frameworks. The other frameworks that's on the rise is the Django and the Vue.js. Django, why it's on the rise is because it goes along with Python. Since Python is again on the top, the Django framework also goes along with Python. So that's one of the reasons that's again coming up on the ranking system. So that's something also that you guys can try to pick up if you haven't done, especially if you want to get into the programming side. So the other aspects is information use. Today we have a lot of information, a lot of data that's available on our mobile and our internet, right? So it is always important, even when you're getting into your role or any kind of a job, or even before getting into a job interview, try to do your homework, which is very important in terms of getting the right information for whatever role. Let's say, for example, you want to get into a digital marketing role. If andama role try to understand what digital marketing is all about. What are the different functions of digital marketing? Adula enna roles number equip aayikalam. So you can try to do different aspects, no? So you have to organize that information in the right manner, analyze on it, try to understand your strength and how to incorporate that. So that way you can able to make the information to the right use and present it in the right way. Now today presentation skills is also very important, especially in your interview. For example, when you're coming in for an interview, you're going to pitch in yourself, correct? It's just like hardly 15-20 minutes or max 30 minutes. So that's the time that you're going to sell yourself. So how are you going to sell yourself? So let's say, for example, an IT company or a product company is coming into, or a manufacturing company, or you need to do your proper groundwork about the company, about the role that they're being hired for. So when you are able to crack the initial rounds of interview, when you go for the GD or for the personal interviews, see to that how you can present yourself to meet that particular role. So that is again very, very important. So that is the way that you're going to able to crack the interview process. The last one is the personality traits. Personality traits is again very, very important, being professional and again enthusiasm. So these are certain things that's very, very important. Today, the strategy which many companies are looking at is hiring the right candidate, hiring the right resource in a more optimum way, rather than hiring volume-based hiring. They're looking at a more smarter way to hire optimal resources who can play multiple functions, multiple roles, and take up additional responsibilities. So they're trying to consolidate even like say 2-3 roles into one function. So that way, that's one thing that you need to always try to work on. Let's say, for example, you might be really good at coding, but if you're not able to present your skills now in terms of communicate that, then that is not going to help us. For example, when you're coming into an IT company, you might be required to talk to your customers as well in terms of explaining or understanding what is the bugs from the customer's standpoint. So in that aspect, how confident are you? How professional are you in talking? If you're not able to go to talk, then again, that involves for me to have another resource, probably a business analyst or someone who's a team lead or a project manager. So that is again burn my man hours in that area, correct? So adnala, it is always important to be a professional. Now, as like Durai also was highlighting in terms of the dressing, even from the dressing standpoint, your behavioral aspects, those are all very, very important for you to get any job opportunity. And that is actually going to help you in terms of scaling up the ladder much quicker. So that's one thing you need to really focus on. Confidence. When does confidence come? Only when you have stuff. Now, will you be able to really speak out? Without knowing that knowledge, when you don't have that knowledge, you won't be able to confidently speak out. So that's again another very, very important aspect that you need to think on. Creativity. Creativity is like how you present your thing. Now, how creative are you in terms of like the programming things or the presentation skills, or even in your communication, your thought process, everything. That's and all is a very important trait that is expected. Another one is transparency. Say if your yes should be a yes and your no should be a no. If you don't know, say it as no, so that you can learn and go to the next step, rather than again being giving a fake commitment or anything. So that and all is not going to help you. Rather, it's going to burn you. It's going to put a lot of negative feedback about your profile, about your role. So transparency is again a very important aspect that you really need to focus on. So that's more about the skill perspective that is required, like problem solving skills, the communication skills, adaptability, and the information and personality traits. These are some basics that is required for you to be industry ready. That's one thing that I want to highlight, and that's something that I also has highlighted majorly. So I'll just quickly give you some other overview about what are the different roles that's available. Now in an industry, it doesn't mean IT now, development IT kadiyadu. There are various departments within an IT corporate as well. Because not only in the IT corporate, name it in any departments. Let's say the e-publishing sector or the media sector or the manufacturing or everywhere, there are different functions that people can get into. So we are looking at, industries are looking at even freshers for these roles that's available. So one thing that development, obviously, I showed you some of the programming languages and the frameworks that today industry is expecting in 2020. So that's something that you can brush up. Business analyst, it's more of a techno-functional role, some amount of technical knowledge, and again a communication skills to talk to the customer, get the requirements, and be as a bridge between the development team and the customer. So that's again another area that you can work on. You need to identify what is your strength. That is more important. Now today there are different roles, so you need to understand what the roles expectations are and try to equip yourself on those lines. So that's more important. UX designing. UX design is again another role, which is again a high paid job in the industry. UX designers are required in various things, not only in the IT companies. It is required in the media industry, in the advertising agencies, in the manufacturing sectors, like everywhere. There's a lot of UX designer requirements that's available today. So if you have a creative way of portraying your thing in terms of your thought process, you might try to capitalize on those skills. So UX is again a one good thing. Probably I can give you an example also. So there was one candidate that we hired from a college called VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology. He actually cracked interview process in terms of development. Okay, so adukapram partha, when he came in for the GD, when we looked at his resume, he was more of a UX designer. Now we were able to identify that. We connected him with one of the UX architects, and we hired this guy as a UX designer. This I'm referring to my previous company. Okay, just for an example. So what that guy had the coding skill, but his strength was more into the designing part. So let's say the package we gave him was a 4.5 lakhs. So that was the package that we offered him at. So his skills was so much that he really capitalized on it. And as soon as he came into the company, he was able to go to the next level much quicker. And he had the right communication skills, the competency, and the confidence level to talk even to the product managers, the engineering managers, and even the C level. So that is the level that he had the confidence. So within 2 years, he became an UX architect in terms of the complete product workflow. To that extent, he kind of built it. And trust me, within 2 years, this package went up to probably, I don't know how, if you could guess, but yeah, 18 to 20 lakhs. So that is the package that we gave him within 2 years. So he climbed up the ladder to that level because he had that skill in him. He tried to work on it. He again went into the next level of which is VR and AR, augmented reality and virtual reality. So to that level, he scaled up. So there's a lot of roles even in the designing side. Next is the motion and graphics, which is again a very, very important role function which people are looking at, because let's say, for example, in the PPT, one our 15 slides and I'm going to take 30 minutes to run through it now. I can make this PPT into just a 1 or 2 minute video. Now I can convey the same thing in a video. So to that extent, a lot of companies are going to present it in video motion, because a lot of people are consuming a lot of video content today in terms of social media or LinkedIn, wherever. So that's one of the reasons this role is again coming on the rise. So motion and graphics is again a very important role. It's again available in the IT, again, media, various functions, various industries. This role is available. So you need to try to capitalize. So it's not just, okay, engineering படிச்சிட்டு வெறும் ITல தான் போணும், manufacturing தான் போகணும்ன்றது கிடையாது. So there's multiple roles that is there. Here also, that's a high paid job. You can get multiple opportunities. and be flexible enough, because sometimes these roles involves you might not get much opportunities probably within your vicinity. Now that again requires for you to kind of go out of your comfort zone, which is like probably Thoothukudi Lama. You might be required to go even to the north, which is Mumbai. There's a lot of media and the advertising place. So that's again a lot of opportunity that you can get into. Now, Durai also was highlighting about it, that multicultural facet. So that's again a very important aspect in today's industry. For you to get an opportunity, you need to be really flexible and to go to that extent. If not, you're going to miss those opportunities. So that's the worst part. And then you might end up again losing those wonderful opportunities for you to grow the career ladder. Network engineers, this is again another role that you can really work on. Networking, there's a lot of networking roles as well, because today cybersecurity networking is something which is going on the rise. Today because of this COVID lockdown, it's turned the complete strategy outside. People are working out of home, and a lot of corporates have changed the model. In fact, a lot of people are even planning to shut down some of that offices in various locations and make the employees work out of home and probably go to the shared workspaces. There's a lot of WeWork and Marinaria shared work stations available where people can come together and have a board meeting or conference or various things, and again they can go back to home and connect. So there's a lot of networking and cyber security, because any corporate or anything, data is the important part. Now, once the data is secure, people can ensure that they work on. Now, IT there's a concept called as ODC. ODC na offshore development center, where they don't even allow your mobile phones inside that place. So to that extent, a lot of corporates work on, especially in the banking sector or the insurance side and all, because data is primary. But today, without that ODCs, people are working out of home, correct? Because industry life has to go on, and banks has to operate. So they're looking at various aspects in terms of putting everything to the cloud. So there's a lot of cloud related opportunities that's there. So that's something also that I've highlighted. So they're trying to automate different roles. So those are all areas where the cybersecurity and the network engineers can pick up that job roles. So that is one area. There's market analysts, a lot of research, lead generation, customer success. Customer success is where, let's say, for example, if Maxter there's a lot of customers which use Maxter, correct? So customer success is where we should ensure what is the pattern of people going to the Maxter app, and are they doing the renewal? Because it's a year-on-year renewal or monthly, quarterly renewals. So why are they not renewing? If in case they don't renew, why is it that they're not renewing? Is it because they're not reading, or is it because they don't like the user interface? Other which they have to work with the development team to ensure that the user experience is better. So customer success plays a very vital role, especially in the product companies. So that is again another area that you can really grow. But again, provided you have the right communication skills, have the analytical skills to understand the pattern, because that's very important. There's a lot of analyticals today. Everyone has a lot of analytics to various products that they have, which gives various aspects in terms of or user order mindset. Now, why is he not reading? Why is he using it? Why is he not renewing? Various aspects which gives a lot of insights. So through that, they try to understand various patterns and try to address those concerns, because that is again a revenue to the company. So that's why customer success is also coming up on a bigger level. Digital marketing is again a very, very hard role, because today everything is on the digital side. So that's again another area that you can work on. Digital marketing functions is like content writing, SEO, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, marketing automation. So because a lot of email campaigns has to go, there's a lot of other things that is again required. So that again is one other area that you can try to work on. Take up a course on digital marketing and you can try to work on that. So R&D, sales is again another good role where you can see a lot of money quickly. So if you have the capability to sell it in the right way, and that is again another function that you can scale up, because there's always a notion in the வேலை sales medical rep and the definitely not like that. If you really have a passion towards sales, you can grow, because sales is definitely gonna be there in the market. Whatever domain, whatever vertical that is there, you can see the rise in terms of the salary much quicker. Obviously that comes with the pressure that is there, but you can also grow in the sales career as well. So it's multiple roles. So whatever roles that I came across, I'm just putting it. Industry, you can try to do your research, because it's all available in internet. You just need to put in some effort. Okay. So next, the industry revolution from an IT perspective. These are some major areas. This is again something which I pulled out from Deloitte or insights. Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, IoT, robotics, and cloud. These are the most advanced technologies, or probably this will merge together. AI with robotics, AI with cloud, IoT with cloud. There's a cross collaboration that's going to happen. So you can also try to do a lot of learning, not just sticking on to the programming skills. You can also try to learn various things, probably Python or R programming. I know most of the colleges have already started today. So to that extent, you need to really, because it's a very competitive market, and it is for you to be very clear to go to the next level to learn those for you to get a right job opportunity. Okay. Next one is equipping yourself, upskill yourself. Don't be content. Okay, don't stop. No, don't be content. That's what even Dharai, the earlier speaker, also was highlighting. So please ensure that you try to upskill yourself regularly, even after getting into a job. Don't stop. Okay, I'm okay, I'm safe. Because today's industry is evolving. So you need to continuously upskill yourself in whatever technology, from various standpoints. From a behavioral standpoint also, you need to upskill yourself. So that's more important. Learn and explore. Have a strong profile, whether it's resume and also LinkedIn profile. I know most of you would have been already having a LinkedIn profile. If you don't have, please create, because LinkedIn is a platform where you can have the industry experts. You can join various groups and also learn various things. There's a lot of things that is available on LinkedIn, where you can even connect with some of your seniors or some of the experts, where the people are willing to help you or support you in terms of explaining everything. So do your homework before getting into any interview, or even probably identifying yourself. Try to do your homework. What is your strength? Also try to do that. Now build a network, because there's a lot of job opportunities today. There's a lot of virtual campus drives that's happening, virtual interview process is happening. Even if not through the campus, you also need to go out to various forums. Let's say if you're coding now, there's a lot of hackathon events that's happening. There's a lot of UX workshops that's happening. Try to collaborate with the industry experts, because today a lot of industry experts are also trying to put up a forum where freshers also can join together. So that way you will get the right mix of exposure and also an opportunity to get into a industry. So that's one other thing. So now I'll probably stop sharing. If there's any other questions, you can throw it to me and I will be able to answer that.
Thank you, sir. Radhika ma'am? Proceed.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, Radhika ma'am is there. Okay.
Ma'am, unmute yourself, ma'am. Ma'am?
Not muted.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your nice information on the different statistics you have given on employability skills, as well as on the language skills and how to face an interview, and the personality traits which have to be developed, and the skills sets the students have to get in this scenario. So we can go in for directly for the question session. We have a few questions in the chat box also. And one question is by Kritika. Kindly throw light on the employability status at present during this global recession, or in fact after the lockdown. Your kind advice to the students.
So currently, the hiring is still happening, especially from a fresher standpoint. The hiring is going to continue. That's something that I have personally experienced. Like the fresher hiring is still going to happen. It might be a little slow, because there's a lot of decisions also that's been happening at the back end. But probably in another 1 quarter, you can expect a lot more hiring to happen. But before that, for you to equip yourself is very important. So some of you might be already placed in the campus. If not, you can still equip yourself and target those people. That's one pointer that I want to say is identify your strength. உங்களுக்கு என்ன strengthன்றதை நீங்க identify பண்ணிட்டு you need to tap that very clearly. You should target those product companies. Let's say you might be really good at digital marketing. Marketing is your area that you would like to learn. Abdina, try to focus on that and hit the companies which really requires a lot of marketing, digital marketing. Now, startups and products which is in Bangalore, in Chennai, predominantly, because I don't know how many of you are really open to go to the north side. If not, at least try to tap the companies, product companies that is in Bangalore and Chennai where you get a lot of ample opportunities. So requirements are there from a fresher standpoint. Even again, don't assume okay நான் இவ்வளவு சம்பளம் வாங்கினாதான் நான் போகணுன்றது. Don't be like that. Be flexible. Be very, very flexible. Initial stage might be a little low, but don't worry about it. When I started my career, I went for 5,000 rupees. Now that was the package that I went with. So, but again, I climbed up the ladder. By God's grace, I was able to climb the ladder, and here I am. So whatever is a CTC, just be flexible. Try to focus what you want to get into. If you don't know what is your strength, now identify those areas. That is more important, and that way you can try to tap into the job market.
Oh, yeah, thank you, sir. You rightly pointed out that you should be flexible. That's what we are seeing in our college when we bring in some placements. People don't go in for, they just want to go up the ladder at once. So the basic thing, what they don't understand is that they have to go in for whatever job they get and then equip themselves to go to the next level. So that's a good advice that you have given for the students. Any other questions from the participants?
Ma'am, there is one person hand raised.
Okay, just unmute.
Okay.
Alaka Brahma Shakti. You can unmute yourself.
Jian, director. Jian?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, okay. She or he has to unmute herself. I think she's not listening.
Okay, ma'am. Next question. Okay, another one. Sita Lakshmi. Okay.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Alaka Brahma Shakti, go ahead. You are unmuted. No response, sir.
Okay.
Sita Lakshmi. Sita Lakshmi, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
I think Isaac sir has a question. Can I unmute Isaac sir?
Sir, ma'am, you proceed, ma'am.
Isaac sir is having a question.
Isaac sir is having a question.
Isaac sir? Yes, okay. Sir. Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, nice presentation. I submit my sincere congratulations to both of the resource person. So throw some lights on spirit corps, because nowadays people are talking about team spirit and working along and getting along. In what way? Because nowadays people are talking about emotional stability as such. What will be the role the spirit corps will play in the upcoming job scenario, sir?
Absolutely. Is Durai also there on the call?
Yeah, Durai sir is also there.
Okay. Durai, you'd like to take it?
Sir, Durai sir?
So Durai sir is not left the meeting, sir. He is in some other meeting.
Okay.
From definitely that emotional stability from an IT side or even in any sector, that's again a very important aspect that we are looking at, sir, because that's one of the reason, as Durai also was highlighting some of the stress interviews, and today there is again another one, which is today some of the assessment tools that we are using, right, or the industries are using is completely AI based. So it's gonna evaluate a lot of aspects in terms of how a human behavior is to different scenarios. So that being said, how is he going to be collaborative with the people? How is he going to adapt himself into various scenarios, situations? So that's again another important attribute that people are looking at from various standpoints. So we need to work on that, absolutely. So that there are certain other areas which people today, that's a good thing that you have brought it up today. People only focus on the technical skills rather than the soft skills. So this is again another aspect that you really need to work on. Has to be equipping themselves on those lines, sir.
Sir, one more small question.
Yes, sir.
Can I go further, sir?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Please.
Sir, nowadays, after the lockdown period, most of the company, they are talking about online placement as such. What kind of online tools that a college or an institution has to update themselves, and also how the students should equip themselves to face the online interviews? Throw some light on it, sir.
Okay. From an online interviews, one thing is what I have faced is, aptitude people are able to now kind of crack the logic, right? So they know how to kind of go for various questions, let's say different aptitudes, what is the formula, what is the logic that they have to apply. So that and all, they've already done it. So one other aspect is from the coding standpoint, they need to do a lot of practice in terms of coding in online. So that again, what people, some of the students from the computer science or even from EC or other backgrounds, what they tend to do is they try to do a lot of loops. For example, if while loop use or problem statement, they can come up with a solution with multiple loops. But rather today the tools are so smart that they try to look at the optimized code. For example, or problem statement or 100 lines of code எழுதி solution கொண்டு வரலாம். அதே problemக்கு with 30 lines code எழுதி கூட they can come up. So they need to really identify the optimized way of writing the coding skills. So that is one thing that we should ask the college, how the students have to kind of equip themselves, try practicing more way to write optimally the coding part. From a virtual interview standpoint, today there's a lot of tools, Hacker Earth or HackerRank or whatever platform we call it today, they always have this virtual platform also where they have the interviews. So that being said, in terms of that confidence and also basic things, basic things in terms of proper having internet connectivity and how they present themselves and how confident are they talking in the precise manner. So that is again a very important part from a virtual standpoint. And other things, plagiarism. Sometimes there's a written English test that they have. Of course, in the proctoring settings, where you can't do the copy pasting or that and all is that. But at the same time, mobile they can write. Now that again, the tool is capable enough to understand if that's a completely copy pasted content. So plagiarism is something, let's say, or content website website content there's a plagiarism statistics also that comes along with it. So that is again another important part that they really need to focus on.
So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sapin sir, can we have the feedback on the screen, sir?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Our discussion can go on and participants can be filling their feedback forms, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from the participants?
So there is one question from Kritika N. So can you especially tell about the employability at USA for mechanical engineer students?
Yes. So that's completely new to me, honestly. That's not an area that I can't comment. But one thing is they have various forums unless they want to do some higher studies or some design aspects. I don't know. Honestly, for me, it's very new. So I won't be able to comment on that, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, one personal question, can I, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So that's Maxter, because you're from Maxter. I just want, you're talking about customer feedback and everything. I just want to give a feedback on Maxter. Can I, sir?
Please, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yeah, your app is very good, sir. I think that was in this lockdown, because especially I came across that, and it gave me an insight into everything what was going on around me. But one suggestion I can give you is that the paid version which you're offering is a package of all everything together. The entire set of newspapers and the magazines. I think if we have an option, it will be better. Because we are not going to go into all the languages of the newspaper. Someone who's reading a Hindu or an Express, we like to have 3 or 4 of the English
have an
papers.
option, ma'am. We have the option.
No, I don't get that option. It's an option of magazines alone, a single magazine alone we have, and a combo of entire set for $3.99 per month.
Yeah,
that is a combo of all the magazines
different
and
packages,
all the newspapers together. But that's not going to be feasible for a person to spend such a lot of time to go in for all the magazines and all the magazines. You just give me if you give a package of 2 or 3 newspapers together, say English or Marathi or whatever you're giving, and a package of 1 or 2 English or 1 or 2 Tamil for each language, regional language together, with the magazine of 1 or 2, say Week or India Today together, or an Outlook or Week. So 2 other packages if you offer, I think customers will be more satisfied. That's my opinion. I think so just a representation I'm giving. I think that will be more takers you'll be having.
Definitely. I'll definitely pass on this comment. I think that's a good thing. Probably they can just add it on the card.
Also,
whatever that they want.
You can give an option of choosing within 10 magazines. If I choose 3 and 3 newspapers, so 3 plus 3, that will be a good target, and you get more targeted customers will be there on your line. I think.
Okay, definitely.
Personal opinion. Okay, thank you. Just a feedback for your team there.
Definitely. Thank you. Thanks.
Participants, your feedback is there on the screen. Kindly fill it up.
Ma'am, poll is also there.
Yeah, the feedback on the poll. The feedback is there on the screen. You don't have a link to the feedback. This is the polling of the feedback. So please, participants, please try to fill it up.
So only 66% of the participants fill that poll.
We'll wait, sir.
Yeah, we will wait. Kritika N again hand raised. So
Can you
Jen.
unmute?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have asked her to unmute. Yeah, she has
yes.
unmuted. Go ahead, Kritika, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, sir. I thought we can just have a small discussion again, continuing until the poll is over. So we were talking about these employment status. As of now, it was a very good presentation where you talked a complete setup of how they have to equip. But even though how much ever we equip these students, I'm talking about the arts and science colleges, there is something that is lagging behind them, or they are not able to get a good placement. A good placement, the sense in a higher salaried or a good company, where in the long run they can reach heights. So what is, in your opinion, you think that that factor is missing, because as teachers we are not able to identify them?
One thing that we have seen as a pattern that I have seen personally is, ma'am, arts and science, especially the UG graduates, they have a wavering spread. Now, probably one thing that we have also as a pattern, because this is again based on whatever data insights that I have personally seen in my own previous companies and also in the industry, is they always tend to go back within 1 or 2 years, not to do the higher studies, MSc or something else. So that is one area that has made a little bit of constraint for the corporates to get into the arts and science for the campus interviews. But now they're a little bit flexible, because most of the arts and science, most of them are going for the integrated courses these days, which is a 5-year course, right? So, but still there are certain corporates which is still who have a large volume based thing. They definitely go for that arts and science to get into that hiring role. But even for them to equip themselves again, they need to be really ready. For example, on the engineering side, they are little more preparing themselves on a from a technical standpoint. Let's say for a testing role or for a development role, or even for the sales role or whatever, they're little more equipping themselves. Arts and science, they are more focused on a generic perspective rather than on a role perspective. So one thing that I would suggest is to equip themselves more on a technical per se. For example, if they want to get into testing, learn more on the manual testing as well as the automation testing. Likewise, in terms of coding, because today they are okay to hire even the arts and science graduates as well. Now, as you see in this year, that I have seen as a pattern is a lot of companies did the hiring for 2019, 2020, and they were even open for arts and science, because there was a gap in terms of the hiring. So that's one of the reasons they were opening to the arts and science also. So even we as a company, we have hired arts and science as well, who are really strong in terms of the programming skills. So end of the day, it is up to the candidates for them to equip themselves, and of course for the right companies to give them an exposure. So that way the students also can equip themselves to, okay, these are companies that's coming in. So I think to some extent, did I answer your question now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was good. I did get it. Sir, another one is, we are talking about employability, but we are not talking about the layoff. Now there is a lot of layoff that is being going on. Yeah. Now, with respect to that, it is, of course, with some difficulty, we are able to get a job when we are laid off in a very medium position. But when you go on to a higher position, maybe a vice president or some higher position in a company, it is becoming very difficult to get another job. So what do you say about this?
That's the norm, honestly, because higher the ladder, the compensation is higher. So obviously the companies are looking at various standpoints, but unless if that person, who is in the V level, VP level or an AVP level, if they're really strong enough, obviously the company won't be able to kind of let them go, or else they will try to work out in terms of cost cutting, because most of the corporates or the network that I have, some of the companies have gone for a, rather than a complete layoff, they've gone for the percentage cuts, probably 5%, 10%, depending upon the level of role that they are at. So that is that. So that's how the norm is, because the higher the ladder, the requirements are minimal. Honestly, because at the lower level or the mid level, the number of positions is higher. So even for me, for example, if I'm chucked out of the company, so senior manager HR or an AVP HR, it's going to be 1 or 2 in a company, right? Not beyond that. So whereas if it's an executive level, there's going to be multiple roles that's there. So that is always that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice discussion. Thank you, organizers, for this forum. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kritika, ma'am. Ma'am, shall we end the poll? It is 95% of the persons they have polled. Radhika ma'am, unmute.
Ma'am is in mute.
You are in the mute, ma'am. Okay.
Sir. Okay, sir. If it's 95%, then it's then we'll end it, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Good.
Okay, sir. Okay. The webinar was quite useful, I think, and 100% the people have polled for it is quite useful, and it was knowledgeable too, and the arrangements and the streaming was excellent, and the registration process and the webinar structure was good, and the speakers, how rate you, that is quite excellent, is the maximum percentage have polled for excellent, and the rest for very good. And so I think we have done our job well of organizing such an webinar, and I thank the ICT Academy, Mr. Rajkumar, personally for giving us this opportunity to host this meeting on this skills development for students. And I thank the speakers, the two speakers, both of you have given us a good insight. For professors also, we too have learned a lot from this. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Rees sir, and thank you, Durai sir, for coming over and addressing our participants. Thank you, sir. And I thank Dr. John Prince and Mr. Gomadinayam for our technical support, which they have been offering throughout our all webinars. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Reza. Thank you, Reza. Thank you, Durai sir. Thank you, Rajkumar sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ree sir and Durai Babu sir. It was really wonderful session, and hope the faculties and students got the lots of inputs and skill set of ideas of employability. And thank you so much, sir, for your continuous contributions with the ICT Academy, all nation building activities. So thank you so much. And as we know, the ICT Academy is bridge the gap, industry and academia skill gap to develop the next generation talent, people and students. So in this regard, ICT Academy is to collaborate with the V.O.C. College and willing to give a lot of corporate collaborations and corporate MOU to college in upcoming days. And it's our warm invitation to V.O.C. College. And thanks in this regards, and I conclude this session with my thanks to Dr. V.C. Veerababu sir, principal, and Radhika madam, and John Prince sir, and Gomadinayam sir. And thanks for your wonderful coordination and support for this completion of this our seminar. And thanks to students community and participation of all faculty. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rajkumar sir.
Thank you, Rajkumar.
Thank you.
Thank you.